When your cat jumps onto your bed, needs the soft blankets, and carefully curls up to sleep right beside you, do you actually know what they are trying to say? Yes, it is undeniably adorable. It is one of the absolute best parts of being a dedicated cat owner. Waking up to the soft rumble of a purring cat is a unique kind of therapy. But behind that physical closeness, there is something much deeper happening, something most people completely miss. Sleeping next to you is one of the most emotionally loaded, biologically significant things your cat can possibly do. If you misunderstand it, which almost all owners do because of outdated myths, you could be missing vital messages they have been trying to send you for years. Today, we are completely decoding the nightly ritual. We are breaking down the complex psychology behind your cat's bedtime habits. Here are the 7 real reasons your cat sleeps with you. Let us start with the biggest lie you have been told. 1. It was never just about staying warm. Why does your cat actually sleep with you? Most people assume it is a simple equation. Cats get cold, you are essentially a giant breathing space heater. End of story, right? Wrong. Cats are incredibly resourceful when it comes to finding heat. They have sunny spots, warm laptops, radiators, and cozy enclosed cat beds. If a simple rise in temperature was all they truly wanted, they have endless, much safer options than a restless human who tosses and turns all night. So why do they keep choosing you? Because sleep is the exact moment when a cat is at their most physically vulnerable and defenseless. Every primal instinct they inherited from their wild ancestors screams at them to find somewhere hidden and completely disguised, where no larger predator could ever reach them while they are unconscious. Instead of listening to that ancient survival instinct, they deliberately climb into a bed with an unpredictable human 15 times their size. That is not about temperature control. That is about trust. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they are effectively silencing their own survival instincts because your presence provides a psychological safety net. They are telling you something they cannot say out loud. You make me feel safe enough to let my guard down completely. 2. The ancient ritual of blending scents. Have you ever noticed your cat aggressively pressing their head, bumping your chin, or dragging their body against you right before they settle down to sleep? That is not just random cuddling, it is pure chemistry. Cats communicate primarily through smell. They possess specialized scent glands located along their cheeks, their forehead, the base of their tail, and between their paw pads. When they rub against you, they are leaving invisible chemical markers, known as pheromones, behind. When your cat sleeps pressed against you for hours, they are not just marking you as their personal territory, they are actively blending your scent with theirs. In the wild, feral cats who belong to the same bonded colony share a communal scent profile. It is the ultimate identifier. It is how they recognize family in the dark. It is how they communicate that this one is safe without ever making a sound. When your cat weaves their smell into yours night after night, they are performing an ancient biological ritual. They are telling the world and confirming to themselves that you belong to each other. You are their colony. This is also exactly why your cat might sniff you intensely when you come home from somewhere new. You smell wrong. You have lost some of that shared communal scent. That bedtime cuddle is them restoring what went missing while you were gone. 3. They truly believe they are your bodyguard. Ever wonder why your cat insists on sleeping in a very specific, sometimes highly inconvenient spot? Maybe it's right above your head on the pillow. Maybe it's pinning down your feet so you can't roll over. Maybe it's pressed firmly against your spine. That placement is not random. It is highly strategic. Even a small, pampered, strictly indoor house cat still carries the raw, untamed instincts of an apex predator. But biologically, cats are mesopredators. This means they are both hunters and prey for larger animals. Because of this duality, they deeply understand environmental threats. When your cat positions themselves beside you at night, a deep ancestral part of their brain believes they are standing guard. In wild cat colonies, members take turns watching over each other during periods of rest. It's about pure, unforgiving survival, and your cat has not forgotten that ancient code. Watch closely where your cat chooses to sleep tonight. If they position themselves facing the bedroom door, they are actively watching the main entry point for intruders. If they sleep near your head, they are protecting your most vulnerable area, your throat and face. They know they are small. They don't care. Something deep in their neurological wiring says this human is mine to protect. In their mind, they have taken up a critical post, and every night they proudly show up for duty. 4. Decoding the secret messages in their sleep positions. Does your cat curl into a tight ball? Do they sprawl out like they pay the mortgage? Do they sleep with their back completely turned to you? Every single physical position tells you something entirely different about their mental state. The tight curl is the most protective, defensive position. It shields their soft, vulnerable belly, tucks their paws in securely, and keeps vital organs hidden from physical danger. If your cat always sleeps like this, they might feel safe enough to be near you, but perhaps not quite safe enough to fully let go. It is trust, but with a lingering layer of feline caution. The full sprawl, with legs stretched out, belly exposed to the open air, is entirely different. This is the ultimate sign of security. The stomach is a cat's most fatal weak point, so a cat showing their stomach believes absolutely nothing bad will happen to them in your presence. They have let go of every survival instinct. What about when they lay down with their back turned directly to your face? So many owners take this personally. Do not take offense. In the cat world, turning your back to someone means you trust them so much that you do not feel the need to visually monitor them. It is actually a massive compliment. And then there is the full contact press. This is when your cat sleeps pushed right up against your side. That is the strongest emotional statement of all. They want zero physical distance between you and them. That is pure devotion. 5. They rewrite their own biology just for you. Have you ever wondered why your cat seems to wake up exactly when your alarm goes off and wind down precisely when you finally turn off the bedside lamp? That is not a coincidence. It is a massive biological compromise. Cats are naturally crepuscular. That means their bodies and brains are hardwired to be most active at dawn and dusk. It is when their wild ancestors hunted because the low lighting gave them a competitive advantage. Their instincts tell them to be hyper-alert, not asleep. So by nature, a cat's sleep schedule should not line up with yours at all. But deeply bonded domestic cats do something absolutely remarkable. They override their own evolutionary biology. Researchers studying domestic felines found that cats living closely with humans will gradually shift their sleep and wake cycles to mirror their owners' routines. They force themselves to stay awake longer during the day when they should instinctively be resting. They sleep more deeply at night when they should instinctively be hunting. They do this not because it is natural for them, but because that is when you are awake and available for social interaction. Your cat's entire internal clock, built over thousands of years of evolution, gets rewritten just so they can spend more time existing in your world. They have learned your rhythm. They have synced their lives to it, not out of mere habit, but out of a profound preference for your company. 6. They feel your stress long before you do. Ever had a terrible, incredibly rough day at work or in your personal life and noticed that your cat suddenly won't leave your side? They are not just guessing that you are sad. They knew something was wrong before you even said a word or shed a single tear. Cats are incredibly tuned in to the people they are bonded with. Science is finally starting to catch up and prove what dedicated cat owners have felt in their hearts for years. Your cat can read you much better than you think. Clinical studies show that cats easily detect subtle changes in human behavior, micro-expressions, body language, and even chemical changes in your scent. When you are stressed or anxious, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Your physical movements and breathing rhythms shift. Your cat picks up on all of it with their highly sensitive olfactory receptors. They do not know why you are upset, but they know your biological baseline is completely off. This is exactly why cats become extremely affectionate or clingy when their owner is sick, anxious, or grieving. They are responding to real physical signals you are giving off without realizing it. Sleeping beside you gives them a front row seat to your emotional and physical state. They actively monitor your resting heart rate, your restlessness, your breathing patterns while you dream. Night after night, they are gathering critical data. They are learning what your normal baseline feels and sounds like, and when something shifts, they notice immediately and step in to comfort you.
7. The warning sign when they suddenly stop. So what does it truly mean when a cat who has always slept with you suddenly stops? This is what I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, and it is something every single cat owner needs to understand to keep their pets safe. If your cat has been sleeping beside you for months or even years, and that pattern suddenly changes overnight, do not ignore it. Cats are total creatures of habit. When they break a routine this deeply ingrained, they are desperately trying to tell you something is wrong. Sometimes the reason is physical. Pain, illness, arthritis, or general discomfort can make a cat seek out absolute solitude. Cats instinctively hide when they do not feel well. It is a primal survival mechanism so predators do not see their weakness. If your older cat suddenly wants to sleep alone under a sofa instead of jumping up on your tall bed, a vet visit is highly worth considering. Other times, it is environmental or emotional. New pets, new people, changes in your schedule, or even a startling loud noise in the bedroom can cause them to pull away. Cats are hypersensitive to changes in their territory and will retreat to protect themselves. The key to being a truly great cat parent is paying close attention. Your cat chose to sleep with you in the first place because they trusted you completely. If that changes, they are not just being moody or aloof, they are communicating distress. So listen to them, watch their body language, and if needed, gently help them find their way back to feeling safe again. Because that nightly ritual, it was never small to them, and it should never be small to you either. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment telling me exactly how your cat sleeps with you, and do not forget to subscribe.